Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a black forest gateau. Let's begin. To get started on the recipe you'll want to make the cake. So to do that, grab yourself a large mixing bowl and place in your butter and followed by your sugar and mix the two together until they are lighter and fluffier in colour and consistency. I find that around 5 to 7 minutes works really well for this, but you may need more or less time depending on the climate that you're in. You can then go ahead and add in your eggs one at a time, beating well in between each addition, being careful to not add them too quickly as otherwise you may scramble the mixture. And don't forget to also add in your vanilla and just mix that in until it's fully incorporated. As the eggs incorporate, you'll notice that the consistency does change and becomes much more liquid. This is completely normal and expected at this stage in the recipe, so just keep mixing until it's a lot lighter and fluffier, so it should get a bit fluffier than it was. Then you can go ahead and alternate between the dry and the wet, so add in around 1/3 of your dry to around half of your wet, and then repeat the process until you have used up both wet and dry. It doesn't take very long, but you want to mix it almost fully in, or fully in, before you add in the next addition, as you don't want any pockets that may not have been fully incorporated. Then you can go ahead and give the bowl a good scraping down, and this is just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. So don't forget to get the very top and bottom of the bowl, as this is normally where it will collect and may not work in fully. Once you have, you can then divide the cake batter between 3 6-inch cake tins, which have been lined with some parchment paper on the base. Feel free to line the sides if you want to, but I never do. And then just split the mixture as equally as possible, so I find around 400 to 410 grams in each tin works well. Spread and level it out as best as you possibly can, and repeat that process for all of your cakes. Then place into your preheated oven and bake it off. All that information will be in the blog post, which will be linked down below, so don't forget to check it out if you're interested. So whenever you're ready to decorate the cake, you'll want to make the cream, so simply take a mixing bowl and place in your double cream, and then add in your icing sugar and vanilla if you want to use it. I use this just to sweeten and stabilise it. Then whisk on a high speed until you reach stiff peaks, being careful to not go too far, as otherwise it will become more granular and take on a granular mouthfeel, which is not very pleasant. So once it starts to hold its shape, stop mixing and just check underneath. As you can tell, mine looks very liquid on top, but it wasn't. Then take your board plate or stand and place on a blob of the cream, and place your first layer of cake on top. Then pipe a ring of cream around the outside and fill the centre, keeping a little bit of space just so you can fill it with cherry jam, and repeat the process until you have no layers of cake left. Then you can go ahead and pipe the cream around the outer edge of the cake. The more neat you do it now, the easier decorating will be, and you don't really want to overwork cream. Like, you can work with buttercream a lot more, but working with fresh cream, the more you move it, the more you work with it, and the more over whipped it becomes, so the less involvement you have, the better. So as you can tell, I've got gaps all over mine, so I just pipe the rest of that on top, spread and level it out as best as you can, and then just repeat the process on the sides until you're happy with it, filling in any gaps that may be a little too big or too gappy, as some of it will be hidden by the chocolate coating, which we will apply later on. So once you're happy with how smooth your cake is, go ahead and apply the chocolate to the side. I just took some dark chocolate and grated it with a fine grater, and this is the result I like, but feel free to use chocolate shards or whatever you can get your hands on or prefer to use. And then just coat the sides and the top of the cake. You may want to go over again to get full coverage. When I was making it, it looked better than what it does on camera for some reason. Whenever you're ready, you can then pipe rosettes on top. I went with 8, but feel free to go for more or less. It's really up to you and depends on your celebration or the occasion that you're making it. Then top each rosette with some cream, and that's it, you're good to go. That's all for today, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again soon with another recipe, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description. There'll be a link to this recipe, a link to my blog and links to my social media. But that's all for today, I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.